Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alleycat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to get anything from my work or get something from my work. Subscribe because I bet you will. And I make all this fun stuff behind me. You could check it out at alleycatcreations211.com, where you can find all my artwork. And if you're so inclined, you could email me and we could talk about getting something into your house as lovely furnishings, healing, protection energy, all kinds of fun stuff. Gifting. I do all of that. So we're gonna do the message of Aquaria, the diamond heart, the conclusion to this. So part 2. Before I do dig into this, I had to do some yard work in the front. I am like a mess, so don't mind me. I do all my work myself. Gotta love it. I needed to get that exercise too, but I'm a little bit, so do not mind me. Quote, light is cold flame, and flame is fire, and fire produces heat, which yields water, the water of life in the Great Mother. End quote. The stanzas of Dizan, stanza 3, sloka. While the order of Christian mystics is destined to be drawn into the diamond heart of the world, yet it must develop a diamond heart of its own within the matrix of outer conditions in which its diamond must be perfected. A diamond grows because of the living flame that focuses upon and flows through it, yet it could never crystallize into any individualized spark of the flame unless a mother matrix held it close within her heart and covered and encased it within her living tissue. Its great brilliancy is caused by the fact that owing to its form, the light or flame is reflected back into the stone instead of passing through it as most gems. The diamond, while belonging to the cubic system, generally assumes the form of the octahedron, 8 sides. So I can never get that out. And combinations of these geometrical figures. It is a light playing on the angles formed by these various formed facets, which produces the wonderful play of colors. Well, the diamond is not born in a hard rock matrix as most other gems, nevertheless, it is literally born out of the flame. Earth Mother has prepared the conditions, has gathered the materials, and held them close so that when the great collective volcanic flames sweep up from the very foundation of the globe, these materials are transmuted into the transparent globes which go to make up the diamond, a process similar to that which goes on in the mother's womb while the child is taking form. Yet, were the materials not there, had the Mother Earth not gathered together and held close in her bosom the special materials that were the essence of the diamond, the cataclysmic eruption of the flame would have swept through her and left behind only volcanic ash and debris, as it does in so many instances. Thus is the diamond heart of each soul of this order born. Laboriously, we gather to us the lessons of life and hold them close in the matrix of our hearts, shielded from the outer world. And when the fury blasts of upheaval, sorrow, or disruption come, we recognize in them but the quickening breath of our Father, and lo, our diamond heart is born, our Christ child. Hence, always can it be said of each one who has passed through this experience, that holy thing which is born of thee shall be called the Son of God. For God quickeneth his Son in our hearts by the power of the Holy Ghost, the flame of divine love, just as the volcanic flame brings to birth the diamond in nature. The diamond, which represents mastery in the kingdom of chemical earths, has many remarkable qualities little known to the modern world, nor will they ever be known as long as the diamond is only valued at a commercial rating. Yet its intrinsic value was and is known by the initiated adepts and was guessed at by the ancient peoples. Were we versed in the symbology of nature and had more than a superficial knowledge of geometry, its very formation could reveal much to us. To quote, this indicates that the apparently simple crystal may really consist of 8 individuals meeting at the center, group soul, or what comes to the same thing of 2 individuals interpenetrating and projecting through each other, end quote, corresponding to the blending of the individual soul with the oversoul, or man and woman merging the separate personalities into oneness in the higher self. A pure diamond will radiate in a dark room if it has been subjected to sunlight or radium. Also, it reflects the aura of the wearer, if the aura be pure enough to give forth light. And it is said that through it, a master can read the inner life of the wearer. Also, by its color flashes and its shadows, events to come can be foretold. If understood and correlated with it, will warn of danger and prove a faithful mentor. For evil thoughts and impure desires will dim its luster. By the ancient Greeks, it was called the invincible, and is credited with the power of averting insanity and rendering poison harmless. In the Middle Ages, it was known as the Petra della Reconciliation, as the peacemaker between husband and wife. All these and many more qualities surely inhere in that which it symbolizes, if not in the stone itself. Yet every gem has its special qualities and radioactivity, which influence the wearer in accordance with his degree of sensitiveness. From the above, it will be seen that we cannot form and manifest the diamond heart of the order, which is its point of contact with the divine flame manifesting through all true spiritual inspiration. And the order cannot take its place in the diamond heart of the world unless a proper matrix is formed of living souls, each one in his or her own place, each one gathering and transmitting to the heart center the various ingredients necessary for its formation, and each one standing close and firm as a part of a protective matrix, yet like the matrix open to the inflow of all the inner and higher forces. It is through its rocks that the earth breathes and sends forth her magnetic forces to sustain all life upon the planet. And by the melting infusion of her rocks through volcanic eruptions, the breath of the flame, the vital life is distributed to the planet, for only through the action of fire was the earth herself given her separate birth. This is one reason why every city built upon a rock foundation is more apt to grow great and endure than one built upon sand or soil. Although sand is disintegrated rock, and a soil is a later process in the preparation of the planet for man's habitation, they do not transmit the forces as do the rocks. This law is the esoteric basis for the biblical parable of the man who built his house upon the rock and he who built upon the sand. This is also one of the occult reasons why New York is the greatest city in the world today, for it is built upon solid rock. Hence, while the lower end may be inundated in the coming cataclysms, the city as a whole will not be destroyed, for it has a great work to do in the world for the coming new age, and a duty to accomplish to the many alien peoples within its gates. And because it is founded on rock, it must become the exponent of foundation of American principles to all the children of other races who contact this country through its doors. There is work for each sincere student to do if we are to have this order to securely found upon the rock of ages, that it may become a nucleus of new age. We must determinately gather the strength and the forces from the lessons of patience, tolerance, brotherhood, cheerfulness, faith and perseverance, which we have learned in the environment matrix, where the great law has placed us because of our past activities, that we may build those forces either into the matrix, which supports and helps to bring forth the diamond heart of the order, or perhaps into the very diamond itself. For without the matrix, the diamond cannot be produced. Let us build these forces firmly into our own lives, that we may also automatically become necessary particles that must be drawn into the living flame to become a part of the diamond heart, firstly of the order, and then of the world. For not one particle of the diamond substance can be wasted. It is well, however, for none of us to waste time in trying to impress on the world the fact that we, as individuals, may be a part of the diamond itself. For only those particles which have endured the force of the flame for ages are so prepared that they can be thus used. While all particles can be used for the matrix, let us be content to be built in whatever the great law needs the materials which we can furnish. For suppose a wonderful child is to be born, would that mother refuse to carry the child and give it her life forces and protection, lest she be of less importance than the child when born? Only as the order forms such matrix and holds up the hands of the messengers through whom the flame of inspiration is flowing, can it form a glowing facet in the diamond heart of the world. The hands symbolize the power of the order to accomplish. Hence, to hold up the hands of the order means to form a matrix which shall make it possible for the order to carry on and broaden the work and spread the teachings more widely throughout the world. It will be remembered that when the children of Israel, while in the wilderness, question, is the Lord among us or not, they at once have a fight. Almech, who symbolized doubt. Almech and his tribe originally inhabited the shores of the Dead Sea, where earlier they were met and defeated by Abram. But when Moses the law led the children of Israel out of Egypt, these same Amalekites were encountered all the way from the boundaries of Egypt even to the promised land. Both Saul and David defeated, yet did not annihilate them. So does the aspirant encounter doubt from the moment he turns away from the following selfish desire, Pharaoh, and begins to follow the divine law, Moses, until he reaches a promised land, continually gaining victories, yet never quite annihilating doubt. The moment the Israelites began to question and doubt their leader, Amalek came upon them, and the great law said to them, "Go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God, power of the law, in my hand." And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. When Moses became weary and could no longer hold up his hands, his faithful helpers put a stone under him, that he might sit or rest on the rock of truth. And Aaron and Hur stood one on either side and held up his hands until the going down of the sun, so that Israel prevailed over their doubts and lack of faith in the power of the divine law, to lead them out of the wilderness into the promised land, and to give them the power to conquer all obstacles on their way. How often, like Moses, after assuage the thirst of their followers by cleaving the rocks of spiritual understanding, that its waters might flow forth, the hands of the order grow heavy and weary because of the doubts and fears and lack of faith in the hearts of those whom it has led out of Egypt. Often the hands grow weary and droop because the physical means is lacking to support the hands and carry on the work as it should be done, to publish the books, to answer the personal letters promptly, to translate the teachings into other languages, for which there is such a crying need, and to accomplish the many other things which the students recognize as important and complain about when not done. Hence, like the children of Israel, some of the students begin to ask, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Even as printers err or a slight grammatical mistake in the transmission and expression of the message is sufficient to call out the forces of Amalek in the minds of a few. If all such times when Amalek seems to prevail, the closed, devoted, and understanding ones would step forward and place a stone or form a matrix of the rock of faithful under the order, and standing like Aaron and Hur on either side, hold up the hands of the order Israel, the followers would continue to prevail. The hands of the order, being its power to accomplish the right hand, symbolizes the esoteric work to be accomplished in the world by transmitting the lessons, spreading the teachings, publishing the books, lecturing, forming study classes. The left hand is the esoteric or personal work accomplished by the private correspondence and teachings of the true and devoted followers, helping them with their personal problems, answering their letters, transmitting the healing love and the personal advice of the teacher to them. All this requires so much patience, time, and strength that the left hand often becomes utterly weary and needs to be upheld by understanding and love, for it is the students of the order, standing as Israel or the chosen people, those who have chosen to follow the lawgiver, who must stand close and fight Amalek for the good of all, for his army is legion. Who is the enemy? All those forces in the world that influence the minds of men, even the consciousness of those who have found their soul home in this order, and persuade them that all this talk of a new and better era for mankind and near approach of the great teacher to earth is but imagination or a fantastic dream, that even the personal experience and spiritual realization they have had in their hearts and lives are but the hallucinations of the neuroaesthetic. These are easily recognized as the same forces of Amalek that manifested at the beginning of the former eras. That's not coming out of my mouth. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. The time is drawing near when the Lord of life shall again appear on earth. Those who have waited and watched, those who have hearts, have gone forth in loving and longing in many incarnations, such as now the opportunity to do something definite to prepare for his coming. If they cannot hold the burning force of the divine flame close and still in their own hearts, they at least can gather round and stand firm on the rock of spiritual understanding. Hold up the hands which contain the rod of the law and help to form a loving matrix, which, like the womb of the Divine Mother, shall shield from all immiscible influences and nourish the Christ child within with all the life essences necessary to bring it to birth. Only those who have lain in the dark matrix of earth conditions and have felt the burning of the flame of his love through many long years, growing warmer and clearer of insight, whose hearts have been transmuted into gem-like substance, embodying within it in crystalline clearness the same fiery flame of divine love, the same depth of limpid stillness which mirror undistorted the higher ideals from the realms above. Only such can understand the hearts of others and know how to help them wisely. Only those who have become more responsive to the burning of the love poured out, whose hearts have thrilled with the same ideals and who desire to help on his work to feed his lambs by uniting the diamond spark in their own hearts to the diamond heart of the order and the world, can furnish the qualities which will enable the order to flash forth many colors or aspects of truth, which in the heart of humanity symbolize the diversity and unity of all hearts, with which the order feeds, comforts, and satisfies all those hearts are drawn to it. There is, therefore, work for all to do. No particle of the diamond, even the chips and the dust, which result from its cutting and polishing, are useless or wasted. Each can play an important part when wisely used. Let the great law then cut deep. Let the polishing storms and trials of life sweep over us strongly and fiercely, if they must, for our polishing, for we fear not as long as the burning love of the Master's heart throbs close to ours. Let us unite our efforts first to respond to the divine flame within, then stand firm and uphold the hands of the order, that the teachings may be spread abroad and lived out. For only as the order, through its messengers, holds up the hands, powers given it to accomplish for the Master and humanity, can the children of Israel, the diamond globules, prevail over the opposing forces of Amalek. Behold and beloved of the flame, do you love your Lord, who alone can fulfill the law of your destiny? Do you realize and reckon with this mightiness of his powers? Believe you in the absolutely unconquerable force of his oncoming. Like true diamonds, are you ready to bear the burning of his love until the dust and gravel, the earthliness of your personality, have been transmuted into a tiny crystal, a diamond, ready and able to coalesce with others of like substance to form a facet in the diamond heart of humanity? All through the ages, the little crystals have been drawing their life from the divine flame of the Sun of Righteousness and have clung together for sympathy and protection. But now the diamond heart is gathering them together to consolidate them into a jewel of truth, yet with many facets, through which the one divine white light can flash forth its brilliant color rays, so that every type of mind may be reached from the great source of all light. For all colors draw their light from the one flame in the heart of the jewel. It is such a great, flawless, flaming jewel of universal truth, that all through love, devotion, and service shall help this order to become so, that when he cometh to make up his jewels, he will find it ready and fit to be central jewel of his crown. Upon the threshold of a new age, we stand with bated breath and trembling feet, with eager eyes strained toward the mystic east to catch the first glimmerings of the coming dawn, scarce knowing whether the earth will open and swallow us, or whether an angel shall suddenly throw wide the doors of the temple of light and reveal our Lord coming forth in power in great glory. Yet once we understand the law of manifestations, we will work unceasingly to prepare the way and make straight his paths in our own lives and in the world, while we confidently await the coming, the quiet faith and serene joy. And that, my friends, ends that section. Kind of not that long, but there's a lot to reflect there. It's not that Jesus is coming. It's that the Christ within us is emerging. It's going to shine like the diamonds that we all are composed of. We're crystalline. We're in the transmutation stage of doing that. In the world right now, we are shedding programs, like we're being forced to shed shit that no longer serves us. It's getting the dirt around a gem gone, because the beauty can't be beheld until all of the gunk is out of its way. If you've ever gone to get gems out of the earth, it's a process and it's laborious. And we're doing the same thing with ourselves spiritually. We give source, we give the Son of God terms of a masculine, feminine form, but it's androgynous energy. It is energy. Energy doesn't have a gender. It's energy. So we have to see things and take things into consideration when we're looking into a religious text, when we're reading texts from mystics that happen to have a religion tied to it, if we take away all of that fun, we really find the meat and the bones of the message. It's going to take a lot of us to manifest, to reach the energy frequency from within, to see it. We form our reality. We need to rise up. And right now, we're not at that stage to manifest or bring our energy up to see the manifestation just yet, because we got to get rid of the old. We got to get rid of the dirt and all that does not serve us. That's the hardest part, is this detachment. I'm in it right now. I thought I cleared it all. Oh, hell no, it's back in my face, punching me and fighting me. But I'll get there. It's understanding when you need to let go and how to transform into something more vast and more beautiful and more shiny. So I like to be the shiny diamond. It's my birthstone. But this is very interesting read. Next time we're going to do faith and works. We'll see how that goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Be the shoulder for somebody to lean on today. Sprinkle your seeds of truth. Go into your heart space, because they're just projecting what you need to know, but sometimes your heart tells you otherwise. And I hope you all have an amazing 4th of July. I'm not sure if I'm doing a video. I might grace JQ and Dina's spot. So I might just be hanging out, hanging low. So not sure what I'm doing just yet. I flow my energy with the wind right now. So I'm going with what my soul wants. So until the next time, guys, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Check out my TikTok channel and all the videos I uploaded. There's a lot of goodies there. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Please be safe and be seen tomorrow. And as always, every day. Bye for now.